Have you ever thought about hiring an editor or proofreader? If you have, chances are that your first port of call was the Google search bar. But then you probably got about 8 million hits when you type in something like, "I need a proofreader" or "looking for an editor." And that really isn't any help to anybody. So today in this video, I'm going to give you 4 things to think about to help narrow down your search before you even type anything in that search bar. The first question to ask yourself is whether or not you need an editor with specialist subject knowledge. Depending on the field that you're writing for and the prospective audience that you have, it may be necessary to have somebody who understands the language and the concepts that you're using. This is particularly true for maths, medicine, statistics and law, where small errors could have serious consequences, and it's vital that you have somebody with that subject-specific knowledge to review your writing and make sure that any small errors are picked up before it gets published. On the other hand, if you're writing for a general audience, it can be a great help to work with an editor who isn't from your specific field. They can act as an advocate for your prospective reader and make sure that your writing is accessible, and they can clarify anything that may be unclear to your prospective audience. Have you ever heard of the curse of knowledge? Sometimes we forget just how much we understand and know about a subject and make assumptions about what other people know. Your editor will help you pitch your writing at the right level for your audience. The second thing to think about is what sort of writing you're doing. Depending on this, you'll probably want an editor with experience in that particular area. Whether it's a PhD dissertation, a book, or an article, or marketing copy, you want to know that you're working with somebody with experience in that area. For example, some editors work exclusively with fiction, others focus on PhD dissertations or journals, while others maybe have a slightly broader portfolio but will still include the type of writing that you're doing. The third thing to think about is what type of file you're working in. Most editors are happy to receive a Word document and work and track changes. And when we're at the proofreading stage, it's common to use a PDF so we can see the layout of your writing. However, if you're working in more specialist software such as InDesign or LaTeX, it's really important that you state that clearly up front so you can be sure that the editors who respond to your requests for help have those skills before they contact you. And the last thing to think about is, do you want somebody who is local to you? In these days of instant global communication, it absolutely isn't necessary to have an editor or proofreader who lives just up the road from you. I have clients myself from Brazil and Mexico to China and all points in between, and it doesn't matter. We communicate via email, we transfer our files, and the process is very smooth. However, you may have a really good reason for wanting a local proofreader or editor. You may want somebody with specialist local knowledge, or you may want to actually meet them face to face so that you can work with them in person on your project. The important thing to realise is that the best editor or proofreader isn't necessarily the one that lives closest to you. So if you're thinking of hiring an editor or proofreader, help yourself by refining down your search by specialist subject knowledge, by type of writing, by the type of file you're using, and by location if that's important to you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more worry-free writing chat, and check out the description for the link to the original blog post that this video is based on. See you soon.